Hello everybody. I woke up this morning and I thought, do you know what? I would love to take this game that I've made from Jenga to all the ministers of education, and I would like them to play it with me. And I know you must all think I'm joking, but you know, one day I'm going to do it because I'm that determined. And I might be quite little, but I'm like a little drill. I'll keep going. But anyway, that aside, what I wanted to say is the reason I want to play Jenga with the ministers of education is because when you look at schools, and they do many, many wonderful things, schools, but teachers are under so much pressure because they've got all the government directives from above, and then they've got all these children coming up into their classrooms with different abilities that they've not been trained to understand or support. But they've also got a whole melting pot of kids from all different backgrounds who are basically not, without being rude, haven't been nurtured in that emotional intelligence and the social intelligence known as EQ and SQ. And the thing is, when you look at jobs nowadays, IQ will get you the job, but emotional intelligence and social intelligence will get you the promotion. So in actual fact, this funny little game here actually bridges the gap that the schools don't fill. So while you've got your kids at home, this is a really good one to do to boost emotional intelligence and social intelligence, because there is just no space or time in schools to facilitate this anymore. It's like a little sausage factory or a sandwich. You know, you get out the other end and you feel like you've been packaged and wrapped and cling filmed and had a sticker put on you for what flavour sandwich you are. So we're getting out of that zone, and we're going to imagine we've invited the ministers of education into our homes today to play Jenga. But it's not ordinary Jenga. Well, it wouldn't be with me, would it? My rules are always a bit wavy. So basically, I've got to speed this up because if I go over 10 minutes, LinkedIn won't let me put it in. So you take a game of Jenga, and I'm sure that's known the world over. Then you can just get wooden building blocks. It doesn't even need to be Jenga. It could be anything that looks a bit like this. And just the kids building this boosts focus, attention, and mindfulness. Isn't that amazing? Plus, you are giving them your time. So before you even start playing the game, you are filling them with serotonin, which is happiness, self-esteem, confidence, because you are making that time for them. So you've already set the scene. And the thing is, what I do is I normally start off by writing a few questions on bricks. So let me look at these three. I'll have to hold them right out here because I can't see. What makes you laugh? What's this one? What would you do if you saw someone being bullied? What's this one? Where do you feel anger in your body? So it's all about, you know, what would you do in certain situations? Where do you feel emotions? It's about empathy, compassion, good judgment, forward planning, all those higher brain functions that all boost. Actually, it boosts the IQ, because even though IQ is something we're born with, if you nurture that emotional intelligence and social intelligence, the IQ can reach its maximum. So if more of this was in schools, do you know what? Everybody would have shiny, fantastic exam results, the best that they can get for them, which is brilliant. And it gets people really thinking. And this period of lockdown has really made me think about that we shouldn't all be in our little bubbles. We need this. So you can adapt it according to age. So if they're very little people, you could say, well, if you felt you could pull a brick, because you all take it in turns, and the kids help you write the questions. You could even take a few bricks each as a family and write down different questions on your bricks. The really important thing is you don't make this game for the children. You just get them started. So, and you make it age related. So for very young ones, it might be, where do you feel excitement in your body? If excitement was a move, what would it look like? And then you can all do it and compare notes, you know. So what does dread feel like? Where do you feel fear? You know, what frightens you? All these sorts of things, and you take it in turns to pull the bricks. Now, my children have written a few out for me, and I'm dreading what's on it because I promised them that I wouldn't look. They're probably going to get massive revenge on me now because I'm their mum, and as you can imagine, I'm a little bit embarrassing. So this is what I would do if I've got, for my older groups. So I have teenage groups, and we make our own bricks, and obviously that's completely different from the ones from here, for instance, which are, let's do another one. What makes you hyper? That was the perfect one for me, wasn't it? When is that not okay? That's a really good one for me to think about. So, you know, when is it appropriate? You know, there's another one in here about where do you feel anger in your body, and actually when is anger okay, but what do you do with that? Where do you go with that? So it's really showing the kids, they're learning about each other, they're learning about themselves, and us as parents, as teachers, as professionals, we're learning about them without ticking forms and making somebody feel like a science experiment. We don't want that. You have to do things through fun. Let the children own it. Be in charge of it, and you'll be amazed at the results you get. So now I'm going to look at the ones from my children. So imagine I was with a teenage group or working with people in their early 20s, which is my children's age range. Giving away my age. So, am I lonely? No, I'm not. Sometimes I actually could do with a little bit of it, but no, I'm not. What compliment have you always wanted to hear? Oh, that's a tough one. I'm really bad with that. That I'm worthwhile. That I'm worthwhile. That what I do is worthwhile. What is something you could never have done by yourself? Well, that's easy. Built up this work with all the children, being blessed with all the kids with different abilities, having a son with different abilities. That got me going. The fight for him, it became the fight for lots of children. So yes, that's without a doubt the answer to that question. I'm dreading this. There's two more. What's the last thing you did for the first time? This! Doing videos! Doing this! That's why I never watch them back, because otherwise I wouldn't ever be able to do them again. So thank you so much for putting up with me, and I'm so glad I've not been arrested for them yet, because they are a bit out there. But I'm real, I'm me, I'm human. Just get on with it. I love it. I love these videos. So that's the last thing I did for the first time. How exciting is that? Okay, what future breakthrough do you think will impact the world as much as the internet did? That's a bit deep, kids. Blimey, it's not even lunchtime yet. Right. Having everybody with different abilities valued, nurtured throughout school so that they have hope, because hope and goals are one of the building blocks of resilience, and life is a rich tapestry and we all have something to give. And for those who will never be able to work, I would love it if people could help them find their song and their strength in a different way, so our global community is completely inclusive. I'm quite impressed with that. I'll see you tomorrow.